Hey guys, it's Levi. This is Memoirs on Winging It, the work of loving. And today we're here with our family therapist, Tony Williams.
Thinking candidly and unfiltered, what is something you want your mother to know about your teenage experience?
That sometimes I feel like I have to grow up faster than I should be. And I feel like most of it comes from social media and music influence is a really big part of it. But just sometimes I get scared because I feel like I'm trying to grow up too fast and I forget that I have time, and not in a way of oh, you have time so you can be lazy and just do what you want. You know what I'm saying? But just I feel like I forget sometimes I'm 16. And when you were telling me that earlier, it really made me cry the most because it was remembering you're still a child and you have your mom covering you, you have a community. I felt safe and I felt covered when you said that, because it just reminded me you're still a kid and you have covering and protection. And not that when I get older I won't have that, but just it's just different. Yeah.
Are you feeling as though there are extreme pressures in you absorbing other people's stuff to make you feel as though you have to be older or acting older? What and how is that feeling? Where's that feeling coming from?
I would say being the therapist type of friend, knowing what's going on in other friends' lives and how they have to deal with a lot of situations where it's I don't have to deal with that, and I can be a supportive friend and help them, but I feel like I get wrapped up in thinking that I have to carry the same thing that they do to be seen as, I want to say, acceptable. It's good to be protected. It's good to be sitting down in a corner somewhere. It doesn't matter that you're not popping it, with all your friends, doing all the bad, not bad stuff, but I want to say stuff that looks fun. It's okay. You don't have to be like that. You don't have to go that route just to be seen as cool or fun or the standard of what people in my generation would call a baddie. You don't have to be that way to be, I guess, a baddie or be cool. It just brought me back to I can still be a kid.
Do you think FOMO comes into play often? A fear of missing out? Yeah. And not having anything to contribute to conversations if you're not in the mix.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel as though we can get to a space to where we can devise different strategies of when the FOMO kicks in, what can we do instead that's going to complement us in the future, maybe?
Because even with my best friend, Kamira, my accountability partner, she's we're kind of the same in a way. She has a lot of friends because she's older. She has a lot of friends that do a lot of stuff that she knows she's not supposed to be doing. And I wouldn't say she gets FOMO, but I would say we can kind of relate with each other on that type of level. But then we both realize I don't know, it kind of gave me someone to kind of relate with in that area. And then us both realizing at the same time it's okay that we're protected and that we still get to be kids, and we find different ways to have fun while still choosing to just be our natural normal selves. So I don't know. I wouldn't say I feel we can definitely figure out different things to do, to stop, not to stop the fear of missing out, but kind of doing something before it gets to the point where I feel I have to do it. But I would say I feel accepted and I feel okay knowing that I can still have fun and be a kid, with my friends who still have fun and be kids.
Mom, what do you wish your daughter knew about just your experience?
I think it's just that it's my first time being a mom of a teenage girl. I've never done this before. And I don't have my mom. And so a lot of people have a touch base, right? like they have a check-in with their originator, their creator, the person who set the tone, who checks the eyes, who they can lay their head in their lap. And I don't have that. And I'm trying to figure it out. Like I've been trying to figure out being a woman since I was 18 without the covering of my mom. And there's a difference growing up and not having your, me and your Uncle Sam called them your unconditionals. Because people don't have to do anything for you, right? Like even as a parent, technically we don't have to do anything. But 9 times out of 10, in most cases, your parent is going to be that. And I don't have either of those anchors. And so I'm literally, like the name of this podcast, my girl, I'm winging it. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going to work best. I'm trying to figure out sometimes why I do the things that I do, but like, I don't, I can talk to my mom's friends kind of like about what she used to talk about or why she used to say, but they don't know her innermost thoughts. They don't know why she did or how come, like I can't sit and say, Mom, but how come we're like this? How come our bodies do this? How come this does that? Like, I don't have that. And so as much as you depend on me to have that grace and understanding with you and me understanding it's your first time, like, I just want you to know it's mine too. Like, I don't have all the answers. I know it may feel like I do because I'm quick on my feet. But I don't have all the answers. And I know, like you said, a lot of your friends are going through a lot of things. And sometimes you bring those things to me and the expectation is that I fix it. And I do my best. Just kind of knowing and giving me the grace of like, my mom, I'm covered and protected by the women, people that my mom left me. But the type of anchoring and covering you have, I don't have the privilege of having. And that is heavy and it weighs on me every day. Every day. Like even in doing this and creating this, like you saw me, I looked down at my watch, like there he is again. And it was my dad smiling. And I almost broke down because I want to be able to show them this and they say, good job. So that's why it's always been so important to me to say good job to you. So anyways, I just want you to know that it's my first time and I know that I'm not perfect and I don't get it right all the time and I can't always kumbaya and pause for you to write your letter. And I know that I don't always get it right, but I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. And like I've always said to you, like, no matter what, you can always lean on. Like if my mom is doing something or telling me something or showing up in a certain way, you can always know for 1,000% that it's because it's something that is going to equal you being better or you having the life that you said that you want. I might not always get it right, but just know that like, I want nothing more in this life but for you to have whatever it is that you want. And I've always told you that, like, whatever you feel like success is, like, all women don't want to have kids. All women don't want, like, it doesn't have to look a certain way. Whatever you feel like is success for you is what I want for you. As long as it's not a detriment to yourself and as long as it's not making you less than who you are, I will always support you in that. And so, yeah, that is, that's what I want you to know, my girl. And hearing your mom, it's very important for me to also touch on other things that I hear come up when she speaks about what she wants you to know. How do you feel grief has affected your mom?
I would say I feel like it affects her when it comes to like just her going out.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like,
you can say it, whatever, girl. It's okay.
Yeah, like I can see, I mean, because she, not that like she eats a whole bunch or anything, but it's just like when certain seasons come around, due to like certain people dying during, like especially during that specific time, a lot of times I can see like how like more times she won't really want to go out with friends, or like she'll kind of just like it'll be like she'll want to stay in the house more, doesn't really want to eat. I can kind of see like sometimes like her eyes will get a little bit dark under, but like due to the lack of sleep and just maybe like just staying in the room, but not really like being able to sleep and needing kind of just like a comfort or someone there to kind of just like rub her back, like Miss Carmen. That's just kind of how I see it. Like mostly just she's more social and like more, I want to say, open to going out and doing things, and more like wants to move around a lot when she's not going through a grieving like season. Rather than when she's going through a grieving season, you'll see her like mostly kind of just have more low energy, like wanting to stay in more and not really eating.
Have you been having conversations with Levi and Aaron in regards to just the cycle of grief, so your children know what and how it affects how you show up?
It kind of came more with time. Like at first, like around like holiday season, I can get up, if I can get dressed and just get them to family. I don't have to do anything. I can just, we're at Auntie B's house now. Yeah, I'm going to go sit and be quiet somewhere. Right. And so on, family, holiday, enjoy. Yeah. Okay. Love this. We're matching pictures. Cool holiday. But I think the older they got and the more that I felt like they could kind of hold different information, I would start to say like, hey, Levi, like, I know that it's your birthday, but like you had a sister and it's also her birthday. And it's like having to constantly carry like grief with joy gets really heavy, and learning how to differentiate. Yeah. And like, I've gotten better with just like telling them like, hey, today's just a rough day. Like, and I need a minute. I'm telling you guys now, I'm already on edge. They kind of know. I call it my dark and twisty season. It's just a bunch of like, starting in September, it's like the anniversary of my mom passing, and then the anniversary of my daughter passing. Then it's like a lot of stuff that my nervous system remembers. Yeah. And so what she was describing, and she's like, oh, she doesn't really eat that much, or she doesn't really like to go out, is like waking up and getting out of the bed or doing work or whatever takes the most because my body remembers. And it's like, why are we doing this? Like, this is happening. And it's like, no, it happened, but it's not happening. And like trying to communicate that to them so that they're aware. And they're really sweet kids. And so like, you know, my son will open the window like, hey, Mom. Yeah. What's up? Want to watch a movie? Like, are you hungry? I made you something, or I cooked dinner. Or they are learning how to make space for me. And I don't have to like hide from it as much. I don't have to, you know, be super mom. I can talk to them now. I think that they're both very empathetic and they're both very kind. That is something I'm actually really proud of. Like, they are both very kind children. And once they know, or once I've communicated like, hey, this is a rough day, or hey, this is the anniversary of, or hey, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I've said like, I don't know, I'm just feel heavy today. Like, I don't know what I'm experiencing, right? But I don't have capacity. So if y'all can figure out whatever it is y'all is trying to figure out today, or just don't ask me nothing, like redirect to Miss Carmen, like, or, you know, whatever the case may be. They're just giving me space now. Like, they're giving me more space. Like, they are more understanding to roll at you and be like, hey, Mom, like, you don't have to go out, or we can just, you know. And I'm really grateful, but it took me time to trust them with those feelings. It took time. And that part was scary for me because I'm being vulnerable, believe it or not, is like not my strongest thing. It may feel that way because I'm really good at like curating conversation. I grew up with a mother who used to say like, you can say anything to anyone, just depends on how you say it. For sure. Well, yeah, that's how she's been like. So that's just like kind of how I curate my life. So sometimes I can tell a story and it feels very vulnerable. But another person, like, I would never share. Like, it's like, oh, that's tip of the iceberg, my boy. I think that part of it, the learning and the growing and the making kids that I can trust and watching them grow into human beings that I can trust with my vulnerable spaces, that I can trust with my sorrow, that I can trust with my grief. And, you know, even in the society that says like, oh, your kids should not hold anything they should just be on clouds and floating. And I'm just like, that's just not realistic. Like it's not real. It's literally not real. Now, mind you, I'm not giving them everything.
Right.
But they do need to know why certain times, yeah, I am in the room and my eyes look darker and I haven't eaten all day. They need to know that because today I can physically feel that both my parents aren't here. And today it's too much.
Right. And it's re-emphasizing you're a human too.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about that prior too, is making sure that our children know that we are human beings and we experience different forms of emotions and there's ebbs and flows. And even with the whole grief and loss process, getting them to gain an understanding of what grief entails. And it may look like something different with different people. And, you know, God forbid, we don't want them to ever experience what we've experienced. But there may be a time where you experience that and how you may be able to, one, foster strategies on how to combat the feelings of losing someone that you love and how you can make sure that, you know, you are not just withering away, but putting those things in areas in which they fulfill you. How do you find humor, Levi, in the chaos that is sometimes in the house?
I could give a good example, like when my mom takes my phone. When my mom takes my phone, I'll like go into the room and I'll just be like I'll just talk to myself in the mirror or I'll just practice stuff and I'll be like,
This
is what life is like without that phone, right?
That's a monologue.
Yeah. I just feel like, it's okay. Like, girl, go touch some grass. Like, baby, it's a sign from God that you just eat your phone. Like, I literally have to, I don't know, I kind of just have to make it like, I really tell myself, maybe it's a sign from God that you needed to have that phone so you can just breathe a little. And it does work. Like, I feel like when my mom takes
already said, sometimes like, okay, we're too far. Like, because girl, what? Literally there was a season and I could literally, she was like almost having a panic attack. And I was like, what is happening? She was like yelling on the phone and she's like having a panic attack. And I literally walked into the bathroom. We're done here. Because girl, what is happening? Yeah. She's like, well, okay, first of all, I don't understand all that. So calm down and use your words.
Right.
I'm that mom. I'm not going to say I'm not a nurturer because I'm very much a nurturer. But I'm kind of no nonsense in a way. So it's like, don't come in here whine talking to me. Don't come in, like, whatever's wrong, pull it together and tell me what the problem is so we can fix it. And yeah, like sometimes she will take on her stuff plus all the friends' stuff plus everything. And then it's like she's spiraling out and I don't even know what's going on because you've had 17 conversations on a 5-way FaceTime. Oh, honey, they're on group chats at all times.
Way is the limit.
That's too much.
It's like a limit on how many media you can have in a big type call because like people will go to that.
Because they take it too far.
Right.
And I watched it and I would watch her like panic, you know, and I'm like, do you need a reset? This is not real. You are in a bathroom screaming at a phone screen. Hang on. Put it down. Get off the phone. And come in here and talk to me about what's going on. Like, I don't, what? And then sometimes she'll like actually say to me what's happening. And I'll be like, okay, so let's recap. So you're upset because you're too talented. And she'll be like, Ma. I'm like, I just want to make sure what I'm hearing what you're saying. She's like, I'll be back. It's like, yeah, because go, what? Let's take it from the top. Because why is this a panic attack? But yeah, it's literally that. Like, girl, give me the phone. And then sometimes we'll laugh about it because, again, unserious, right? So it's like her falling out, and that actually happened. She came in the room and was having a meltdown. I mean, I don't know if I want to be here anymore. I don't know. And I was like, she walks in and she like starts bawling. She runs and she lays on me. And I'm like, well, what's wrong? Like, what's that? Like, you know, I'm startled, obviously, because you busted in the door. And she's like, I don't know if I want to be here anymore. And I was like, okay, let's pause. Like, how did we get to that? But she was like, kid you not. My girl said, there's so many things that I'm good at. And I don't know what I want to do with my life. It is just too much and I'm overwhelmed. And there's just so many things. And I was like, okay, so I just want to be clear. You don't want to be alive anymore because you're too good at too many things.
Right.
I just want to be clear if that's what you said. And literal in mid-fall, she said, girl. I said, that's what you just said.
Oh, you got it.
Hands up. That's literally what she did.
I was just like,
And I was like, yeah, I just want to reframe what you just said. And she was like, Mom. And I was like,
yeah,
like, girl, please.
Like, oh, so, okay.
That's literally
I mean, I guess that's basically what I said, but just with a little more drama. I don't know, just a little more crying.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And I was like, nah, you don't want to be here because you're that girl. That's annoying. And then her brother like chimed in and he started crying up. He was like, Mom. I was like, yeah.
No.
And that's like, yeah, we laughed out of things. Like we laughed at, like we literally rolled out of that full, I don't want to be here, come apart to like, girl. And Ariel's like,
just like, okay, I'm going to get a bagel.
I'm going to take the camera. I'm going to get a bagel. And walk the dog because what?
Like, that was literally.
That's literally how I shake it. And I laugh at everything. Like, and they laugh at everything. Like, it's an inappropriate humor that was passed down. Like I told you, Levi was a twin. Mm-hmm. And her sister passed away at 3 months, and I went to the hospital with my dad, and I'm like holding her sister. Her sister is no longer alive, and so holding a dead thing. Mm-hmm. Yes, holding my baby. Naturally, you like are rocking because you're holding your baby, and I'm looking at her and I'm crying, and it's so like sad. And we're at Children's Hospital, and it's just so sad. And my dad was there with me, and he like taps me on my shoulder, and I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, like." And he's like, it's probably not a good time to ask you this. And I'm like, what's up? Like, I'm thinking he's going to need to go to the bathroom or something. And he was like, do you think they have like baby toe tags, or is it like one size fits all? And
yeah,
I start cackling. Mind you, holding said not living child. I'm laughing. My dad's laughing. The nurses are walking past like, what the? Yeah. Are you okay?
Right.
But it's like my dad knew, like, okay, but she's about to spiral. Like, and he used humor to like kind of bring me just a smidge back to one of, you know, in any account to any human being on this planet, your child passing away is the worst day of your life.
Right.
But I had a Levi to raise.
Mm-hmm.
And Levi was 3 months and hungry.
Right.
She didn't know, I'm sure, you know, at some cellular level, but she didn't know that. And my dad knew that I had a Levi to raise.
Right.
And so it was like in that moment, it's one of the hardest times of my life. But I think about it fondly because of my dad and him saying that, like, who thinks to say something like that? Like, Daddy,
right. Wait a minute.
A baby toe tag? Like, sir, please, let you. But it yanked me through something that I see all the time breaks people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people never recover from a kid passing. Yeah. And you never get over it. You know, you just work through it.
Right.
But it's that type of humor. Like, even my mom, like, she had MS and we had to take care of her. And like, me and my brother would write sunny notes on our diaper and then change at with a happy face, like you know, just like, it's just like, stop. And like, that's like what we had to do to get through something that, again, could break families, could break mental capacities, could break, you know, like we laughed through it. And it's something that I've kept at the forefront of our family because we all feel our feelings big. We have big feelings. And if we let the bad big feelings take over, it's not good for anyone involved.
Right.
And so that's kind of like our touch base. That's our, like, what do you call it? Like a reset, kind of like laughter is like a reset. Like Levi will come and tell me something serious about one of her friends. And I'll be like, girl, she was on the phone with her friends and I won't say the situation because the friend sees it, she'll know. But she came in, she tells me the situation. And my immediate response was laughing, right? And I was like, it's not funny, but why would you tell me that? And the friend was on the phone. She's like, I'm getting on the phone. And she hung up. And I was like, Levi, why would you come in here and tell me of all people? And no, I'm going to laugh and have that girl on speakerphone. Because Levi already had like a slight smirk on her face. So she already knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. So yeah.
Okay.
That's how we reset. That's how we touch base. Like that's our family, that's our family thing. We all do it.
Yeah. And I think that's something important to keep as a family thing. And all have our family things, right?
Yeah.
Keeping that as a family thing. So that's something you guys can always come back to. And like you said, regroup and reset to, hey, this is my family. This is what we got in common. It's the sparky humor because ain't nobody gonna laugh. We are going to tackle every time. With the finding joy in finding places to laugh, where do you guys find places to sit in emotions?
I would say anytime I find myself, like when I walk my dog, is a really good time for me to unpack. And it's like, even if I'm just walking and I play a song that will like just make me feel sad, if I feel like I'm crying because there's something else connected to it, I'll just let it all out. Like, I think in my head, now's the time to just let yourself fully get it out and fully cry, because if you don't do it now, buddy, I don't know what it's going to look like later. So anytime I cry, specifically cry too, I just let myself like stop and just continue to cry if I can. Like if I feel like I'm going to just still cry a little bit later, let myself cry. And I'll even wipe off all my makeup sometimes. Like, girl, that eyeliner's not going to be fixable in the next 5 minutes. So you can just wipe it all off, wash your face.
I think that sometimes I say to my feelings that my feelings are big. I think that I kind of like tuck and roll, laugh out of them because I don't want them to get too big in a lot of cases. So I have certain people that I talk to that I feel safe enough to feel my big feelings that give me like a safe place to just like air it out. Like, okay, I'm going to say all these things. Don't hold me to these things.
Right.
But all I'm saying, and I need you to let me be this person, because right now it's not giving onto Michaela, it's giving away your beach, Michaela, and I don't have it. And I'm grateful that I have people. It's a very short list, but I have people around me that allow me the space to not have to show up on. And I've said a lot of times that like the closer I get to you, the more quiet I am, because I don't feel like I have to be performative. I don't feel like I have to cover you or entertain you or hold space for you. I can just show up.